A common misconception among law school applicants is that a strong LNAT score entirely replaces the need for a good personal statement. Is that actually true at the top universities? Here is the direct answer. It is unequivocally no. Top universities absolutely do not use the LNAT to replace the personal statement. Both elements play distinct and complementary roles. The LNAT supplements your statement by standardizing candidates from wildly varying global curricula. Meanwhile, your personal statement provides the vital context about your core motivation and your unique interests. Admissions tutors use these two components to measure two completely different sets of competencies. So let us look closely at exactly what each one is designed to reveal. The LNAT is a rigorous, timed aptitude test. It deliberately strips away your prior legal knowledge and your extracurricular achievements to focus purely on your raw cognitive ability. It tests reading comprehension, logical deduction, and your capacity to construct a coherent argument under intense pressure. Crucially, it standardizes applicants from all over the world. Whether you took A-levels in London, the IB in Singapore, or high school diplomas in the US, the test gives tutors a single, uniform metric to compare your baseline analytical skills. The personal statement, by contrast, is completely untimed and unstandardized. It is your one real opportunity to demonstrate genuine passion for studying the law at university level. It is where you show your understanding of the specific course you're applying for and highlight relevant activities like mooting, debating, or work experience that prove your true commitment. In short, the personal statement answers why you want to study law. The LNAT answers whether you have the underlying aptitude to actually survive the demanding reading list once you arrive. The precise balance of power between these two components varies. It depends entirely on the institution's own admissions philosophy and how it chooses to filter its candidates. At strict filter institutions, such as Oxford, Cambridge, UCL, and LSE, the LNAT often acts as a gatekeeper. A poor Section A score here can trigger an early rejection. If your score falls significantly below the cohort average, your application may be discarded, regardless of how brilliant your statement is. In that case, they might never read it at all. However, if you do clear the LNAT hurdle, the personal statement suddenly becomes crucial. It is what distinguishes you from other high-scoring applicants during the final selection or interview phase. Other universities are holistic assessors. Places like SOAS and Glasgow evaluate the test score alongside the personal statement right from the very beginning of the process. At these institutions, a slightly below average score might be forgiven if your personal statement is exceptionally compelling and perfectly aligned with their academic ethos, such as SOAS's focus on international human rights. There is also timing to consider. You should align your LNAT preparation with your UCAS submission. Oxford and Cambridge testing typically closes in the autumn, well ahead of many others. Institutions such as LSE, UCL, and KCL usually run to a later winter deadline, while places like Bristol and Durham often extend into the new year. Always check the official LNAT website for the exact dates for your cycle. One quick warning, do not mention your LNAT score inside your personal statement. Universities receive it directly from Pearson VUE, and that precious space should be spent on your legal interests instead. And no, the Section B essay does not replace the statement either. The essay tests logical argument on a random topic, while the statement tests your sustained, long-term motivation for law. Because the LNAT supplements the statement rather than replacing it, you must dedicate serious effort to both. Cramming for the test while rushing your statement draft in October is a recipe for failure. To make sure your score is as compelling as your writing, you need sustained mock practice. That builds the pattern recognition and pacing required to reach a genuinely competitive score. That is exactly what we provide at LawMint.uk. Our 200 full-length LNAT practice tests, 100 at level 1 and 100 at level 2, fully acclimatise you to the strict Pearson VUE timer and interface. Do not leave your law school application to chance. Start with a free full-length LNAT practice test, then unlock the full series of 200 tests with 8,400 multiple-choice questions at LawMint.uk, and subscribe to @LNAT Prep on YouTube for more.